Hey everyone, it's Magic Pat here with Real Beasts, and I decided to do another tackle review today. It's really cold outside. I think it's like 26 degrees. We were going to go fishing, and it's just not possible. Everywhere we go is frozen, so we can't get down to the river. So I decided that I would actually show y'all once again some of the equipment that we use. So I'm actually going to talk about real quick the Penn Fierce 2000, the live liner model. Just see if you can see that or not. It's the 2500. I don't know if you can see that or not. This is the setup that we use for bass fishing, and we also use the Spin Fisher 4500 live liner, which I'll get you a little look at that real quick. We've used this one also for bass fishing. I mostly try to use it for saltwater. I do a lot of red fishing and stuff with it. And this one, the 4500, has the Prevail rod, which our group is falling in love with these Prevail rods. They are strong. Being two-piece, we can pack them and take them anywhere we need to. Most of our videos y'all see, we are actually walking to places. You know, we'll drive and then we'll walk down roads or down piers and stuff, and it's so much easier to just break it down into two pieces and pack it away in the truck or in the car or down to the river. It makes it a whole lot easier. And then, of course, this other one we have just on a ugly stick, which I'm not exactly sure which size this is. This is the GX2 6.6, the medium, 6 to 15 pound line. This one, like I said, is mostly just for bass fishing. We have actually, as a group, fallen in love with live liners. It makes it so much easier, just for the simple fact that you can do a whole list of different things. Like, I could take this same setup and run lures. I could actually throw top water if I want to. Jigs. I've actually used these jig fishing before. I mean, the list goes on. And then, of course, with the live liner, you can actually do a live bait scenario with just a leader and a hook and, like, say, a minnow or a piece of cut bait. Especially this time of year with it being so cold, the fish are kind of finicky right now, especially the catfish. They're not swallowing the whole bait. They're just kind of like picking at it, and they'll run with it, but they'll only have like the tail. And not having the live liner, it's very difficult, especially, you know, we're trying to use circle hooks because we don't want to damage the fish as much as possible. But a lot of times when they're running with it, they don't have the whole bait in their mouth. They just got the tail. And without the live liner, what we're having to do is loosen the drag all the way down, which most of y'all that fish know this little trick. You can do it the same way. But when you finally tighten up on a fish, you have to pop the bail, tighten your drag up, and the whole time you're doing that, the fish is slowly starting to feel resistance. So you'll tighten it up, then throw the bail down and try to set the hook, and the whole time it's open and you're trying to tighten this, the line is just pinging off of your thumb or off of your fingers, and they can feel that. It actually makes it harder to catch the fish because after a while they realize something's not right. With this live liner though, you can just pop it and it takes line freely. All you have to do to catch the fish is just reel the handle like that, and it popped it back into gear. So much easier. I've caught more bass with live minnows using the live liner here recently than I have in a long time, just trying to tighten it down. One of our older videos when we were gar fishing, I think it's the gar extravaganza, you know, you've seen one or two gar that we caught. We actually caught 3 or 4, but we missed so many gar from that same reason. We're trying to tighten it down, and as the line's coming off, it's pinging off our hand. Gar are a finicky kind of fish anyway. They're real picky about what they eat, how they eat it. They even feel the slightest bit of pressure, they spit it out. And so we lost probably 10, 15 gar. And in a very short amount of time, it could have been a lot more fish caught that night. But like I said, they could feel us. Now with the live liner, which I'm really excited when summer comes around and the gar are running heavy, we're going to give these bad boys a try. So I'll tell you a little bit about the reels real quick. Trying to make this not such a long video like the last one. Looks like it's turning into that way though. So we'll start with a 2500 in the Fierce. I'm actually going with lighter braid on this one. This is actually 8-pound test. In the I believe I'm using the Suffix, the 832. But yeah, it fit a whole 300-yard spool of this 8-pound braid on here, which is way more than enough for what I'm going to be doing. You could actually have a chance at pulling in a really big fish like a stripe or whatever, or even a catfish with that amount of line. You have a better chance anyway. This reel doesn't get that much drag. I think the max it does is 7 to 10 pounds, which I mean is plenty for bass fishing and stuff, as long as you're not up in cover. And a lot of times I run just a single piece of fluorocarbon. I think this is like 20-pound test, might even be 15. I use a swivel fluorocarbon straight to a J hook. This is just a 1/0 J hook. I believe this is a trocar. We like trocars. They're so sharp they'll put themselves right in the jawbone of a gar. But we just use a little 1/8 ounce barrel weight, and we throw the minnows out. It's going downstream, and as they're sitting downstream, them bass pick them up, and we can let them run and set the hook. Plus, just for the fact that the smaller leader, you get more bites. And then real quick, this 4500 right here, of course, it's on the Prevail rod. I think this is a 9-foot. Yep, 9-foot, 8 to 15-pound test line. I've actually got 20-pound braid on here, and I think this thing holds like 350. I think I got about 350 yards on there, somewhere around there. But actually, it might even be the 15-pound braid. But same scenario, we use it for the minnows with bass. I'll even use this for the big freshwater drum that you've seen. I believe this is the setup that AMAC caught his big freshwater drum on, which we had a 30-pound test leader. That's usually what we run on this one, just because this reel gets close to 20, 25 pounds of drag. And same scenario, got the live liner. I'll actually use this in the ocean too, though, because I've got the heavier duty rod. One of our last saltwater videos, I caught a nice 26-inch redfish, and this thing handled him beautifully. He didn't run very far. Beautiful hook set. It's a really good all-around setup. Of course, I mean, not everybody can afford this kind of stuff. This one right here, this is the higher end, which they're actually phasing these reels out right now. So if you go online to Penn, they're actually selling these at a very good discount price. I don't know if there's any more of this one left, but there are some of the other ones left, so you should look into that. If this is, your chance, you're looking for getting that better equipment, now's a good opportunity to do it. And then, of course, this is the cheaper setup. This is more of the everybody kind of setup. You just got like a few dollars to spend on a setup. I believe this rod was like 30 bucks. This reel was about 90. It's still kind of on the expensive side, but let's be honest. I mean, you can get bass reels like some of the Abu Garcias and stuff that go a couple $100 just for the reel. And I think it was like $18 to $20 for the braid. And this setup can handle just about anything that we're fishing for, other than like those mega size colossal catfish that we catch. But that's really about it. They're rugged. I mean, it's metal. They will get scratched up. That's the one downside, but I mean, all reels will, you know what I mean? But I mean, they're just solid reels. You don't really have to worry about them breaking apart and getting tore up over time. I really enjoy these two rods. You can actually run a little bit heavier line on both of them too if you want to. You don't have to go quite as light as I did on these setups. I wanted the actual like the yardage. I wanted more line on the reels, just because I like to let the fish run when we're using live bait. So you're going to need the extra line on there. But really, that's about it. I mean, they're two great setups. One, anybody can pretty much find. One is a little bit higher, equipment you'd have to probably order or go to a saltwater type fishing store, maybe even like a Bass Pro Shop, something like that. But even now, still, you can get these just about anywhere. And with the 6s coming out, these are on discount, like I was saying, so you should probably check that out. Anyway, that's it. We will probably have some more coming here soon. Fishing is going to be a little bit difficult right now. We are in the middle of trying to get through this crazy weather that we keep getting. 1 minute it's like just crazy hot, and then the next minute it is frozen snow, ice on the road. So as soon as it's safe to get back out there, you'll see some more videos coming from us. But anyway, we'll catch y'all out on the water sometime soon. Peace out.